Holy crap.
What do you love to see the most on My 600-Pound Life? Is it when patients almost give up trying to get better? Or is it when patients actually have the most incredible weight loss journeys? For me, it's the latter. And these are moments when patients had the most incredible journeys. This is Delana's story. Delana is at a point in her life where she can't move enough to do anything anymore. The first thought that goes through her head every day when she wakes up is the fact that she made it to another day. Imagine that. Is this going to be her wake-up call to get better? I guess we'll find out. This is how Delana's story begins.
Hey, baby, gotta move. And I know as soon as I sit up that the pain's gonna start, and it's just the same way all day. Pain, pain, pain.
Your turn.
An office chair to move around in? Oh my goodness. That has to be the most painful and worst thing that can ever happen to anyone. Having to roll to the bathroom even sounds like a task that could take an entire day. Poor Delana.
It's not easy moving the weight around. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Can you come and put a towel on the side of the tub for me?
Yep.
You can grab the washcloth.
Me and Delana's been married for 6 years. I think we have a very good relationship. In most cases, I really do feel like I'm her caretaker.
I can't even lie. That's such a beautiful thing to hear. Her husband says that he hates to see Delana in pain, and that's why he is always there to make sure that he can help her with anything and everything that she might need. What a sweet man he is.
I do know that a lot of it is the weight, but I also do have swelling in my legs, and sometimes the folds are so swollen together that you can't even get your hand in between them.
All that stress to have her bath? Wow. If it was this painful, I'm pretty sure I won't even step out of bed. That just goes to show you that she's a strong woman. I just hope things don't get too bad before she decides to start making changes.
Just to stand up long enough to pull my pants up is excruciating. After I finish getting dressed, I'm just ready for breakfast. I'll have crispy bacon with sausages, biscuits, and a cup of coffee.
That's a lot of food. The only thing that brings her joy after having an excruciating morning from having her bath is eating so much food. She says that it makes her happy and brings back the feeling of euphoria. I wonder what happened that made her love food this much.
She just brought me back, and I didn't have any more contact with her until I was roughly 18. When my mom dropped me off, everybody was really excited and really happy, and I was overly excited to be home.
That explains why she loves food so much. That's honestly how it starts. Once there's no one to control the eating habit, things just take a side turn. And that's what happened to Delana. It's just sad that she didn't get to spend enough time with her mother.
These are cookies to solve the problems that are happening. And it was a euphoria feeling. I would gain weight, and then I would level out for a little while, and then I would end up gaining more weight and level out for a little while.
Geez, it's as if the trauma just never stopped coming. She had a boyfriend who was abusive, and she got pregnant for him. The abusive behavior got so bad that she had to kick him out. But when she gave birth to the baby, it was stillborn, full time. That must have been hard.
A gentleman who didn't think that my weight was an issue, and I ended up getting pregnant with his child. We got married, and I had a perfectly healthy baby boy.
I'm really glad to hear that she started a weight loss class. It's not surprising that she turned to food as an escape given all the things she has been through. Once again, we can see that Delana is an extraordinary woman. It's high time she paid the doc a visit.
And a couple of days later, we went out again, and it just kept happening. We just decided to keep going out. During this little relationship time thingy, I ended up getting an infection in my leg. The infection caused a really big scab on my leg.
Isn't that just cute? Sometimes couples on this show just make me want to fall in love. Her husband is such a sweet man. He has been by her side since he met her, and it doesn't look like he plans on leaving her like the other men who came into Delana's life.
Unable to move enough to help do anything anymore.
When we first met, I mean, she was still a big lady, but she was mobile. She had her own car. She was able to do stuff. We'd take trips to Florida and things like that, and just driving around.
If there's one thing Doctor now hates, it's when someone who should help the patient get better becomes the patient's enabler. Oh, you can bet the doc is not going to be happy when he hears that. Regardless, it's good he is worried about his wife's health.
Hey, no, but I'm here.
What can I do to help you?
Call the fire department.
You've got to do what's best for you.
Green County 911.
We need an ambulance.
If that happened to me, I'd probably never step out of my house again. Delana was trying to go out with her husband and mother when she fell down the stairs. Now they have to get an ambulance to help pick her up from the house and get her back into the house.
You're on the porch. Another breath now.
Okay, further up.
You're there.
Ow. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Phew! At least they were able to get her back into the house without any serious injuries. At this point, Delana should really get things together and try to meet up with Dr. Now before she actually can't walk again.
I'm not looking forward to getting on a scale because I hate seeing how high that number gets each time. So I've avoided it for a long time now. The last time I weighed, I was still in the 500s. But also about what Dr. Now's gonna say.
I'll have you stand on the scale when it zeroes out.
Okay, that's on the high side, and Delana is not happy about what she just saw. From the way she screamed after seeing the digits, you can tell she was shocked by what she saw. She made it to the hospital, and her weight reads a lot above 600 pounds. Can she really lose weight?
That is just a justification to make bad choices. So don't convince yourself that you need that. You don't. So today I'm going to bring you some written instruction out, and I'm going to give you also some exercise plan.
Dr. Now pretty much said everything I was thinking. Delana needs to show him that she is ready to lose weight before he approves her for weight loss surgery. He wants her to lose 50 pounds within 2 months, and only then will she be approved for weight loss surgery.
Lately, life has been pretty stressful. The car still isn't fixed, and now it's starting to hold us up in terms of moving to Houston. On top of that, we haven't found a place yet either. It's been harder than expected, but we're still working on it.
Missing the appointment is not a good sign. But then again, it's not like it's her fault. Their car is still at the shop getting fixed, and they have no means of getting down to Texas to continue with the weight loss journey. Now she wants to speak to the doc to give him an update about how things have been going.
I know what the scale says. I do understand that, but I don't understand how it's continuing to go up whenever I'm not consuming as many calories.
It doesn't seem like Dr. Now is impressed with the progress she has made. Instead of burning down calories, she's adding more, and it's making her journey slide backwards. She really needs to do better and put in more effort, just like the doc said.
I can, and I know that it's not going to be a good trip for me. I'm going to go before it gets any worse. I love you, Delana. Love you, James.
You too.
Y'all take care.
I don't know what I'm going to do at this point because I don't know anyone else who can help me.
This is so sad. Delana still hasn't gotten her truck fixed and still doesn't have a way of getting to Texas. She asked her mother for help, and sadly, her mother said that she can't move down to Texas with Delana. This is to be the worst thing ever. Almost feels like she has been abandoned by everyone except her husband.
I really appreciate it. You have no clue. Do you know you are like literally the only person in the family that I've ever been able to depend on? Ever?
Phew! Finally! For a second there, I honestly thought she was not going to find a way to make it to the hospital. Thank goodness she has such a sweet brother who is ready to do anything to make sure that Delana makes it through her weight loss journey.
At my last appointment, I was 651 pounds. Dr. Now told me to lose 55 pounds. So if I did that, I'll be 596 pounds or lower today.
Yay! That made me so happy. It took her a long time, but she eventually did lose more than 50 pounds. Moving down to Texas was not an easy thing, but she pulled it off, and she is the better for it. Let's see if Dr. Now is going to approve her surgery.
Trying to convince yourself that you're never going to be able to do that, but you prove that you can turn around and make the changes, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, then stick with doing that, and if you lose that weight, then we proceed with your weight loss surgery.
This is Abby's story. Abby has been on his bed for more than 7 years. The only thing that motivates him to keep trying is his wife, Brenda. He is 37 years old and he has no idea what he weighs. Right now, he is scared that he might not wake up one day, and that just terrifies him. Can things really get better for him? Let's see. This is how his story begins.
My inspiration, my light at the end of this tunnel. When I wake up, first thing I have to do is bathe. It's extremely painful. It's the worst part of my day.
Me, imagine having to go through all of this every morning. It's not surprising that his wife is the only motivation he has to even want to get up in the morning. It's lovely that his wife takes such good care of him even with his condition.
Scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and toast for breakfast. Your breakfast?
Breakfast. It doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to be something that'll satisfy my urge right now.
Did he just say that how he ate when he was much younger is way better than now? Wow, now I'm curious. I wonder what made him love food from a very young age. My guess is that he went through something very traumatic.
My metabolism will kick in. No, it didn't. It just stopped and kept on gaining weight. When I graduated from high school, I went to school in Florida to become a sound engineer. And going there was life-changing.
It never turns out that way, Abby. It never works out that way. His parents were never around to supervise his eating, so he always ate whenever and whatever he wanted. Funny thing is that because he was much younger, he thought he would lose weight over time. Sadly, that was not the case.
We went to the movies with my nieces and nephews, and they were like, and being kids. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so ashamed. And she's like, don't worry, I love this.
Ouch. That had to be a very traumatizing experience. Imagine buying an engagement ring to propose to your girlfriend, and you get into an accident on your way to her house that almost takes your life. Man, I'm sure his girlfriend would have broken down into a million pieces.
They took me to an MRI machine and got the X-ray imaging they needed to find out what was going on. I had a problem with 3 discs. They were damaging the spinal cord.
That's enough reason to actually fall into depression. That accident ruined a lot for Abby. His wife even said that the doctors that did his surgery told her that he might never walk again because of the damage that was done to his spinal cord.
Shared by a lot of people in Puerto Rico, and we got referred to a foundation which was helping a lot of people after the hurricane. They took me out of Puerto Rico and brought me here.
Come on, let's be honest. That's actually very impressive. Abi doesn't let the fact that he is immobile stop him from working and making money for him and his wife. He has a remote job that allows him to work from the comfort of his bed. Now, I wish I had a job like that.
All I see is the wall in front of me, the walls right beside me,
Salsa con queso.
and my wife that comes in and out. My only look for the outside world is TV or the phone.
Seems like they work hand in hand to get things done. Since Abi can't stand up from the bed, his wife has to do all of the shopping, and she prepares their meals. What's amazing is that they get to spend quality time even after having a stressful day. That's lovely, but he really needs to start worrying about his weight.
Trying and fix that, and it got fixed to a certain point, but since I've been in the bed so long, I've lost the strength in my legs.
That's not good. Abi finally reached out to Dr. Now, and it seems like he might have some serious problems. Apparently, Abi has been on the bed for so long that his feet can no longer be straight on the ground. He tells Dr. Now about his condition, and even the doc can't hide his worry.
I've been to the hospital. They know that I need physical therapy, but having a physical therapist come here, we haven't gotten that yet.
So you're in a bad place right now?
That does sound like a good plan. Since Abi can't walk on his feet, Dr. Now says he is going to send some physiotherapists to come help him and see if he can still use his legs to move around. Let's just hope the damage to his leg is not so severe.
Should feel like work. It means you're doing it right. Good. Yeah. It means you're doing it right. Ready? Come on. Go. Strong. Come on, bud. Good. I know the doctor was concerned to be able to wave off the possibility of the blood clots. He wants him to have that much more mobility.
Surprisingly, that went pretty well. The physiotherapist the doc asked to come check on Abi showed up, and they did some routine exercises. His leg isn't entirely bad, and he is still able to move around. The only thing now is that Abi needs to put in the work so moving around would be possible and much easier.
So I lost strength in them. That's why I really do need the physical therapy to get the strength back.
So what you need to do is you gotta all day to do your exercise on your leg.
For Dr. Now to come down to his house, you can tell he really cares about Abi and wants the best for him. But here's the thing. Due to the fact that Abi hasn't left his bed in 7 years, his sores are infected, and he needs to get the infection under control before it gets worse than it already is.
Oh, then you have a set place that you want to get, but when it's just, yeah, we'll see how we do it for next time. That's not a goal. That's it's like nothing.
Seems to me like Abi is at a crossroads with himself and his weight loss journey. He feels like the fact that he doesn't have a goal that relates to him losing weight is technically no goal. At this point, I think Abi might need therapy to stay on track with his weight loss journey.
On the bed.
Ow!
Alright.
Keep pulling.
Alright, let's go.
Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling.
Is he in the center? Yeah, we're good. They're on there. Yeah, okay. Awesome. We can get this board out from under you, okay?
For a second there, I thought they were not going to be able to lift him out of the bed. More than 5 people trying to get him out of the bed is actually scary. Abi's condition is not getting better, and Dr. Now wants him to be close by so he can be properly monitored.
We need to do it to get everything straightened out for you, okay? So at this point, I think we got to do something to improve your condition. You got to make some changes, okay?
No problem.
Well, that's some good progress. Abi has been checked into the hospital, and so far it does seem like things might work out for the best. He feels way better than he did when he was home, and I can't lie. That's a pretty good sign.
It's something to do, so I don't mind it. But I'm hoping that at some point soon, Dr. Now is going to take me to the next level, you know? And I need something more to make this go faster.
We have made more progress with Abby. We had his weight down almost 200 pounds since he arrived.
I couldn't agree more with Dr. Now. Abby has been able to lose up to 200 pounds of weight. Usually, Dr. Now would send him home to lose some more before coming back. But with his current state, Dr. Now feels it's time for him to get his weight loss surgery.
Hopefully, everything looks good and we can move ahead with Abby's weight loss surgery soon. Once we do that and he recovers, we will work more closely with some specialists, especially an orthopedic surgeon.
You can tell that he couldn't wait to break the news to his wife. Dr. Now told him that he was approving him for weight loss surgery, and as you'd expect, the first person he called was his wife. He has come a long way. I'm pretty sure we are all proud of Abby.
Abby's surgery went very well. That was probably one of the most challenging weight loss surgery that we have done for a while with his condition because of his functional paraplegia and lower extremities.
This is Rose's story. She is 58 years old and has almost no idea what she weighs. Every day she wakes up, she thanks God for allowing her to see another, because on most days, she never thinks she is going to wake up. Would Dr. Now be able to save her and bring her back to sharp? Let's find out. This is how her story starts.
Some mornings I wake up and I think, thank God I'm awake. He let me live one more day. When I first go to stand up, I can't hardly stand up. My back is hurting so bad.
Even I wouldn't want to leave her alone in a room. That has to be one hell of a morning for Rose. For a second there, I wasn't sure if she would stand up from that bed. The good part is that she can get up on her own, and she has the support of her family around her.
Right now, I'm currently living in the house with my grandson, Nathan, and his fiance, Kat, and Sam and RJ, and then, of course, my fiance, Russell.
There's no lie in what he just said. He does enjoy taking care of his grandmother, but her weight is starting to become a serious problem, and he is scared that things might turn out for the worst if she doesn't start to take her health seriously.
Me and RJ moved from Texas up to Arkansas here and met the family and moved into a small little house that Roseanne and Russell had, and I've been with them ever since.
Wow. Imagine having to shower twice in a week. I would cry every day if that was the life I had to live. You can tell how much pain she has to go through if she only has her bath twice in a week. Poor Rose. I honestly wonder how she got this fat and her life became a living hell.
I mean, it's embarrassing. It makes me very, very unhappy that I can't do things on my own and I can't get around on my own.
You're gonna go ahead and lay down and I'll go ahead and get your breakfast and stuff ready for you.
Okay, babe.
You've got to hand it to her. At least she knows that her eating habits are going to do some serious damage. It's really not her fault though. She gets stressed a lot, and the only way to cope with all that stress is to eat and eat and eat. The good part is that she knows it's not healthy. Hopefully, that would be enough motivation to want to get better.
We sang for that day, but the next thing I know, my mom was gone. My stepdad, he started doing crimes and he got caught and he went to prison.
That definitely had to have scattered her world. Losing her mother at a very young age did a number on her. The worst part is that after her mother passed away, her stepdad went into crime and eventually went to jail. Rose was just left to be by herself, and food was the way out of her depression.
I went to pick my car up and Ray was there. Well, we started talking. He asked me out. I said, yeah. We knew each other for maybe 3 months and got married.
Ouch. If I were in her shoes and that happened to me, I'm not sure I would ever recover. Imagine being married to your husband, and he then decides to start sleeping with your best friend of 22 years, and they go on to get married. That would just bring me to tears every single day.
I said, you know I do. I said, you're the love of my life. He said, here, I want you to marry me. And I just started bawling. He put my ring on my finger.
When I first met her, I didn't know what to make of her.
It's truly amazing that she finally met someone who loves her for who she is. The sad thing now is that she feels like she is too fat and her husband doesn't love her as much. This makes her question if he has other women he moves with due to the fact that her previous marriage ended with her husband cheating on her.
My great-grandkids at least make it to school. I lie here awake at night feeling helpless and knowing I'm not too far from dying. Oh.
She has her health issues and she needs to lose the weight.
I'm glad she finally sees and understands that she needs to start taking proper care of her health. She told her husband that she's ready to do what it takes and she has so much to live for. Looks like she's going to be seeing the doc very, very soon.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous because I don't know what he's got in store for me, but I know whatever he's got in store for me to lose this weight, that's what I'm going to do.
Now that has to be the cutest thing I have ever seen on this show. It's amazing that Rose is surrounded by people who love her and a family that wants the best for her. She's about to hit the road to see Dr. Now. Will she be able to make it in one piece?
In this, you can let it go, I got it.
Put it in this one?
Yeah, she's going on that one.
Back up, break it.
No.
Looks like we have the answer to that question. Apparently, Rose started to feel some pains while on the journey, and she had to stop at a hotel to pass the night. You can honestly tell that she is in so much pain.
I'm here at Dr. Now's clinic for the very first time. I haven't weighed myself in about 20 years, and I've been avoiding it for a reason.
Phew, the silence says it all. Rose made it to the hospital in one piece. She checks her weight, and it's very close to 600 pounds. You already know that's a lot for her age. Well, let's see what Dr. Now has to say about her weight and her condition.
I want you to read this stuff every day.
Okay.
You think you can do that?
Yes, sir, I can.
So sit tight. I'm going to bring you some stuff.
Okay.
Okay?
Alrighty.
Well, Dr. Now isn't wrong. Rose does seem like she wants to lose weight and get better, but he hopes that she is really ready to lose weight and she isn't just saying she wants to, so everyone can leave her alone.
Follow for your diet and exercise. It's obviously very important that Rose take this challenge to turn her life around very seriously. The only chance Rose has is going to come down to getting as much weight off her body as quickly as possible.
Her target has been set. The doc wants her to lose 50 pounds within the next 2 months. Rose assures the doc that she can and will pull through with the weight loss. But we all know it's easier said than done. We'll see if she can really pull through.
Opened my eye, and so I had to start caring. Wake up and smell the coffee. There's a beautiful world out there. Wake up and smell it.
Wow, wow, wow. Rose was up to the task after all. In 2 weeks, she's been able to lose more than 50 pounds. One thing I know is that Dr. Now is going to be very proud of her. Hopefully, this gets her to her weight loss surgery.
I'm finna, cause I'm already done, I'm finna go and check the fluids on the van.
Okay. Dr. Now wouldn't be doing the surgery if he hadn't got the approval from the heart doctor.
So, why are you moving down there?
Well, at least it's for the best. Dr. Now finally approved her for weight loss surgery. Now she has to move down to Texas, and her family is scared that they won't be there to be with her while she gets the surgery done. On the bright side, she's getting her surgery done, so that's good. She has really come a long way.
All rolled into one. I'm glad I'm doing this for my health, and I know that ending result is going to be great because I'm going to work hard to get to the ending result.